So 2 days ago, I shared the US3 standard for 修炼陶 practice. What do you guys think? Share. What do you think? You guys want to share what do you think on the US3?
Yeah, I can tell something. I think it's a very clear explanation how this SRT is built up, and the first one was jumping. You can test it out if you jump if it works for you, and if you are you can relax your body if you jump, and if you put your knees like press them inside the knees, then and if you jump, you can jump easily, and it's not flexible, and so you can test it out. And the other things, like you said, about the internal training, the breathing was clear. Aerobic based, HRV, core stability, VO2 max, aerobic threshold. It was for me, nice to watch, and it was clear for me to notice the how you build it up, so you know what the SLT is for. So this was clear for me. Thank you.
Okay, what I can say, it's a clear clarification on how to really practice the Sinum Tom form, and you have the one part where you can externally condition your bones, the sinews, and all that stuff by trying to jump. First of all, you test how your body is made up for these things, for fighting or something else. So you try the jump first, and you see how far you can go with your body. The other part is the breathing, all the stuff which is internally training the body. So in the Cilium Tau, you have everything. You can check your VO2 max, for example, your breathing, you can train for your health by training it in a aerobic way, and then you can go faster and go for anaerobic training and all that stuff. So it's really clear, and it was a good explanation for people who don't know how to really train or practice the Sinum Tau form. So it's for everybody. Everybody can test it out. So it's just simple, explained. For example, the jump by clamping the knees. Everybody knows who clamps the knees is not able to jump, and we have to have a shoulder a wide stance to be able to go down to do a squat and to jump up and see how far one can go. So it was really clear, and it was really good. It's made simple so that everybody can understand what you're talking about, and I found it really, really good. And US3 Cilium Tau scientific standard is it's cool. Thank you for sharing that.
I can say something too. For training Cilium Tau, if Cilium Tau is the core of Wing Chun, then the way that most people are doing it is believing that one, they are training something to do with structure, or two, they're training something to do with some techniques to do with fighting, or three, that they're training some concept or something like this, right? But how long can they train that for? That's ridiculous. You'd be training that for 50 years and then imagining that you're getting something. So when you see this kind of thing, which is so complete, it's really quite basic, but really, really complete. You've got an external part that you're training.
Excuse me, Ninjo. You probably want to adjust your mic a little bit because your audio is
Is it going up and down?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Is that better now?
Yeah, better now.
So yeah, so rather than having an empty training where you're imagining that you're developing something or progressing, you actually have a comprehensive training which is complete and basic, which trains your external part, which is simple and easy to understand, and then your internal part. And that's something that will take years or however long to develop, that you can really see progression. The other way of training is just a lot of imagination and everyone's idea of what they think Silim Tao is. And I don't know how many years you can go on like that, convincing yourself that you're learning something. So it's much better, this kind of model.
So let me ask the questions. People need to walk the talk. Raymond, what is your VO2 max?
39.
Daniel, what is it?
At the moment, around 35, 36.
What is your resting heart rate? Nimjo, what is your resting heart rate?
About 60 something, 60, 65, 64, something like that.
So your Garmin tell you that?
Yeah.
N1? When you do N1, your Garmin
Ah, no, in
that?
N1 it goes lower.
Okay,
so this is just a normal. So the lowest I ever got, maybe 59, 58.
Okay.
Yes, I'm about that too.
So you walk your talk. I tell you, it's a jumping, how far you can jump, your VO2 max, your aerobic base, your HRV, which is showing up in your heart rate, like the N1, right? So Raymond, do you teach this thing to your school, your student?
Yeah, if they have a watch, I can tell them about the VO2 max.
No, I mean right now in school, right now.
Yes.
Do you go through this thing in your school?
Now I have a better idea how it's built up, so I can try it, or I can do it like this.
No, I mean, have you already teach your student the 6 core element, the N1, the VO2 max stuff? Have you teach them already? Have you shared with them?
Yes,
before?
yes.
Daniel, have you do those kind of things?
Yes, I started to do the 6-13-3. So first of all, I told them to lay down and start moving, the toes. And some students, they are even far. I have students who start with the toes, then the ankle, then the say the knees and all that stuff. So I start really low to first tell them how to do that properly.
Now the issue is this: why is the US3 needed? Why is the US3 needed? Is that the US3 needed is because Hendrik is go crazy one day and then just want to do something? Or it is because of, Hendrik just want to be the supreme Grandmaster? Or I want to be a Darth Vader?
No, it's for all of us out there. Yeah. So it's nothing where you could say it's Hendrik stuff. This is something which is for everybody. So the US3 is for everybody, not only, it has nothing to do with the Grandmaster or something. You're sharing for free. So people should.
If every Wing Chun school adapted the US3 for 6 months, you can look at what is the result of your student. Okay. So like Nim Jo said, you talk about what? Structure. You talk about mind power, lifting anus, straight spine, using your mind power, internal chi. You know what? You get into the real, like Olympic grade of athlete standard. You cannot pass that. Don't kid yourself. If you go structure that way, you cannot jump. And what is good for jumping vertical jump test? Read in the website. What is that simple jump test do to test out your body and also to test out the build, the strength of your lower part of your body. So it is a spot test, a very basic spot test. Okay. You can train years and years in those structure and e.g. Kamyongma, whatever you want to think. Go do a test like that and see how far you can go to handle your body. Just a very simple vertical jump. See how good can you handle your body launching up and coming down. Go ahead.
I think you're doing with this, with the US3, you're doing something which is really, really important. You're introducing a minimum standard for something which you can categorize, which can unify people instead of all this fighting and all these people with their own ideas, whether they be money-making ideas or creative ideas or imagined ideas, it doesn't matter, but you're unifying. So there is a minimum standardization in the practice of Wing Chun. And that's really important at athletic level and a prestige level and a level for being recognized. So yeah, that for me is the takeaway.
So the physical, you need to do that. So, you know, it doesn't matter what lineage, how you want to do it, there's no problem. The thing is that you need to pass that thing. Okay, you can have your own way of your Shu Lim Tao, but you need to pass that because what? The ancient passed those things. You heard about the like in the Kung Fu movie, you say that the Qing Gong, Heng Gong, the light Gong, where you can jump, you can 1, 2, 3 jump up to the what do you call it, the plum flower pole, and then 1, 2, 3 you jump down from the plum flower pole, right? In those Feng Sei-yok movie, even though they are fictitious movie, you get everybody watch it, right? The Mui Fa Zhong, the plum flower is this high pole. You need to jump up and jump down. Well, didn't that the first test? Vertical jump test. Okay. The second thing is your aerobic base. If you don't have the aerobic base, you will never be able to recover. You will never be able to have endurance develop. Let's not talk about those nonsense bullshit chi. If your body do not have a solid aerobic base training, like for example, can you do VO2 max test without those deep breathing, like the 2C state, Raymond? Will you improve your VO2 max if you not be able to do the 2C deep breathing? I mean, at the beginning, you guys all test your VO2 max, right? Without those deep breathing capability, those are aerobic base, can you do it? Can you guys do it?
No, without no. You need to be able to breathe properly to raise your VO2 max to your lung capacity. You need that.
Okay.
Without it,
one thing is this: can you do N1, Nimcho, without this proper breathing, which is in the low aerobic range, which is the aerobic base? Can you do that?
It's impossible. You'll be imagining it, right?
Okay, so you know that without the aerobic base, you dead. You have no internal. you are not having the external to be able to fight. Okay? So don't tell me you stand in the EG Kamyangma, pain like hell, and then you sweating and you suffocating and then all this kind of thing, and you want to practice 1 hour. I usually heard that people say, oh, this Grandmaster practiced this for 1 hour. You can keep those kind of story. Do you think the sport medicines and sport science today will buy into what you say? And how long have you trained your Xiu Lim Tao? Compare with those who train with aerobic base in 3 months. Can you handle that? Now you get to the HRV. You're talking about mind power, Qi Gong. Well, do you have handling on your nervous system? Which is directly you handle your heart rate. Meaning you need to be rest. So like Ninjo, you have the experience of resting with the N1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you don't have the aerobic base, you cannot get there.
Yeah, that's right.
So what Xiu Lim Tao magic power? What advanced Xiu Lim Tao? You couldn't even face the test of today's sport science and sport medicines. You go to VO2 max. The bracing, the core stability. You don't have 2C, don't kid yourself. You will not be able to have the core stability. You look at those who train Xiu Lim Tao today, it's only their what do you call it? Their shoulder is moving with their hand the most. The body is like a pole, a water tower. Only top body work moving. Somebody will say, oh yeah, you want to imagine like your hip have this like triangle shape, whatever. Still, you don't have core stability. Because in the real fight, yesterday I just heard a friend sent me a video. A video of a late Grandmaster's student who is still alive telling how is he trained with that Grandmaster. He told that late Grandmaster said, your stuff, this chain punch doesn't work. Even though I injured that guy, I get my rib broken. I couldn't even breathe, something like that. And then later on, it turns out that the late Grandmaster tell him that, oh, you know, learning martial art is you want to so that your opponent cannot strike you. You know, you don't strike with the opponent. I mentioned this is this. Your entire thing is a straight line. That is completely not what this late Grandmaster tell his student. Okay? Meaning you have to move away. Now, the ancient short strike, meaning that, as what I shared the other day, the opponent come with a katana. You have to move out, in the same time move in. You have to receive him, move in, and strike him. You do not practice that. If you do not have the core stability, you cannot do it because you cannot move away. You think that you have a triangle shape, go straight. You want to go with the katana? I send you back to 460 years ago when Qi Shi Guang facing the Japanese pirate. Do you think you can survive the few seconds? Well, short strike is an art. Like this late Grandmaster said, you want to get away, don't get hit. So look at Wing Chun today. What have it turned into? You don't have core stability. You cannot make it function. Like Daniel is making a video on Siu Lim Tao, the split and sinking power. Daniel, can you share, if you don't have the core stability, core handling, can you do that?
No, not at all. Because you need the body for that. You need the core stability for that to execute the splitting force, and you need the force flow. There are so many things which are combined, so they fit together, and with this combination, you do the splitting force, and it's completely different. When you don't know, when you don't have the core stability, when you don't know how to execute that. And yes, my students, they feel like I'm tearing them apart. So right in the middle, and it's how they feel. And
now, let me explain one thing. What is the splits and sinking stuff? That is simply just your Siu Lim Tao.
Right.
And Daniel is going to make a video to share with you all. If you don't have the stability, it doesn't work. Because stability doesn't work. That's why Daniel have been practicing other martial arts like the jiu-jitsu and so forth. So it get into the splitting and sinking is the Wing Chun way of handling when it get that close. Okay. So if you don't have that, I really don't know what you do. And that's where your short power come in, or short strength, short jing. So you can later, when Daniel ready with that thing, I can share with you guys how you split apart other people's thing per touch. That is inch power. So there's the core stability. And then your VO2 max. VO2 max is proportion to your fitness, or how well you can take the oxygen in to deliver to your muscle. And the anaerobic threshold is what is your maximum intensity you can go. So there are two-way street there. One is for the healing, one is for the recovery, another is for the training for the fighting. The ancient 1850 have this, as I wrote in my Wing Chun Inception with a quid there and everything. Now today you don't have anything. And yet, today's sports science and medicine have much better understanding than all those grandmasters in past 130 years. This statement, you think I'm making a broad statement? I am not. I just present you the US3. Those are sports science. They can read you, analyze you. You want to go to the war, they can analyze you. Like Xi Xiaodong can analyze your momentum. If you want to go to Olympic or something, people can analyze you. Okay? And this is all the basic from the jump on the physical side, external side, and the breathing, and your intra-abdominal pressure, and your fitness, and your maximum intensity in sport. So I hope that here on, all the Wing Chuners who have heart, want to learn Wing Chun, use this as the base. See, today there are two types of Wing Chun. Most Wing Chun is called Wing Chun movie wannabe practice. Wing Chun movie wannabe practice. You check for past 130 years. None of the so-called grandmaster, blah, 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 have ever fight and win with their so-called Tan Bong Fuk, using Tan Bong Fuk as the base, E.G. Kam Yong Ma as the base, center line as the base in the competitions. Just go read the history. How is all the so-called king of this, king of that fight in Taiwan, fight in other place? And then when they want to fight the Thai boxer, see, are they using Wing Chun or are they using Thai boxing? So you have something which is there for past 130 years. And then the really thing blown up is after Bruce Lee. People want to use Bruce Lee names to just promote whatever they do. And you end up today, you don't have the S20, the US3. The US3 is just today's language of what is the basic of Wing Chun Siu Lim Tao that you need to develop. Read my book, Wing Chun Inception. The ancient writing is there and the scientific stuff is there. In there, you need to have a different type of physiological state. So if you don't train, if you are real martial arts school or sports school or for health, if you don't use the US3, I really don't know what you do. So US3 is a standard. Wing Chun, alive or not, survive or not, it will based on US3 and the 6 core element. If you lost the US3 and the 6 core element, you do not have anything to stand up to face the real world. I don't go challenge Qi Xiaodong because I don't believe in those stuff. Like Qi Guang never go say, hey, you know, you Japanese pirate warrior, let me fight with you. No. So what Qi Guang do? Upgrade the goddamn technology and train everything in a new way. Without that, it's hopeless. And there are no such thing as king of this, king of that. Look at Yu Dayu. Went to Shaolin. No Shaolin monk can handle him. But did he claim that he's the king of Shaolin? Which is he can if he want. But today's everybody, like in the movie, king of this, king of that. Those are the moral, the role model. So don't take lightly on as this US3. Without US3, you don't have Wing Chun. It's predictable. What do you guys think? You guys want to start that in your school? Tell your friend. Nobody will help us. Nobody will. In fact, many people want to screw us. Look at in Asia, didn't they put down Wing Chun left and right? I have shown you guys in the books and spreading rumors. And look at what Xi Xiaodong do, what he present, even if it's a fact. Who is going to help Wing Chun if Wing Chun do not help Wing Chun ourselves? Well, I cannot do much. I have my limitations. But if you don't have the US3, what are you training? How are you going to face your student? Do you really care for them? Do you really get result from your training of Siu Lim Tao? What are you selling? So that's why I share with everybody. Everything I shared the other day come with my records, scientific record, right? I'm not the king of the universe. I'm just a normal human being. But if you carry this kind of thing to go to for the athlete standard, you know, at least we have a standard. And by that, that's the only way we can champion Wing Chun. And then get everybody be able to benefit. So stop to using those Grandmaster name, internal, secret, my teacher tell me this and that. Anybody say those kind of things, ask them to do US3 and give me the data. I got a Si Heng who do other traditional Chinese martial arts. Happened in Phat San too. He told me, he said, today's everybody learn 2 sets and they can call themselves Sifu and teach other people. How could that be? How is our Chinese Kung Fu going to stay this way? So that's why I slam a US3 for Wing Chun. You like it or not, it's in history now. It's not all the Wing Chuners is idiot. Let the historian know. But if you don't want to follow, you can do movie wannabe Wing Chun. But don't call it that this is a real Wing Chun. So this is to share with everybody today. It is a serious stuff because this is a life and death.